You know, you're going to have to shut up or I'm going to have you arrested.
We're going to have a little fun tonight. We're going to talk about some terrible things, but we'll have fun anyway.
It'll feel like 10 times the best orgasm. Come on, join us, plug in. It's going to happen.
Howdy, folks. Welcome to the Anti-partisan on NoPartySystem.com. You might have happened to look out your window at some point and notice that things are pretty fucked up out there in our political world. That all this freedom we have that makes life so good seems to be used against us at this point. We could sit and try to nitpick at the problems. But it's pretty easy to sum it up in a way that we can all understand. A financial cabal has bought our government out from under us, and they're using a system of class warfare to pit us against each other so they can rule unquestioned. If anybody disagrees with that, I don't know what fucking planet you're looking at. But that's the way things are going down right now, and it's really important to understand how this system of class warfare is being used. It's being used to teach everybody that they deserve the same thing, that they deserve a say in what's going on around them, just for the fact that they happen to be breathing. And when I look around at the people involved in the political scene in America, the Antifa, the douchebag hardcore right-wingers, the fucking lawyers and bankers and politicians, you know, it's I see a pattern developing. We have shitty representatives. We have people who don't prioritize their constituents or this nation. And you know, don't even try with the label, because I'm far from a civic nationalist. What I am is a father. What I am is a husband. I don't want to sit around and watch people who can't even fucking think make decisions regarding my family. Period. There's no reason to think that they should be able to. So, let's break this down. We need to repeal voting rights right now. We need to define a new standard of voting privileges that requires some sort of display of awareness, competency, and productivity, some inclusiveness that you're trying to be a beneficial part of society. And that doesn't mean you have to agree with other people. But it does mean that you have to know what is going on around you if you really expect to have a say in any of it. And if we, you bring up this idea, you tell people you want to repeal voting rights and put them to a standard that would, that would ensure we have better representatives by making sure we got better voters. It's just that simple. And people freak out. Of course, it's immediately about race, about gender, about wealth, about income. No, it's none of that. We've established standards in this nation that people aren't excluded because of gender, because of race, because of creed. That's not what this is talking about. We need to repeal voting rights so that we can get people who want to be involved, people who understand the functions of this government, know how things work, know what we're trying to achieve as a nation, or what we should be. So when we look at the founding of this nation, which many people on either side, on any point of the political compass, will agree that the founding of this nation was a turning point in history because it established clearly defined freedoms. It established equality in opportunity for people, not equality in outcome, not equity in the end product, because that is dependent upon the commitment and the effort that people put into achieving things in their life. And that's why when we look at the Bill of Rights, the amendments to our Constitution clearly defining the rights that this government is supposed to protect for us and preserve, we see that voting is not on that list. Oh yeah, free speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press, right to own and bear arms, the right to privacy and be secure in your possession, the right to be tried by a jury of your peers and to face your accusers. These are important rights. It took almost 10 years to argue out the details of our Constitution and to make sure that they have a safe and sound structure. And voting was not one of those rights. And the simple fact is, you don't need to be able to vote to enjoy the benefits of all those other clearly defined rights. Period. And that's the way it was in America. And people can tie this voting issue up into race and gender. And indeed, there were places where that is what it was about. But the progression of this nation has been specifically to wipe away those restrictions. The people who founded this nation were very egalitarian in their views. And we see it in our Declaration of Independence, that all men are created equal. People say, oh, well, those words weren't true. No, they weren't true. We're making them true. We've made them true. Just committing them to paper was radical new concept in the history of mankind. No, we're still working to make it true. And we got a long way to go. Because right now, as I say, we're having a system of class warfare forced on us by a people who live in a system of class exemption, a different set of rules and justice because of their economic status, because of their bloodline, because of their fame and notoriety. That is the inequality we need to address. Not that those people are successful, not that they have money or wealth or fame, but that they should be subject to the same laws that we are. And that's not the way it works. So we need to understand that to fix this, we're going to have to create a new standard that ensures that the people who are voting on our representatives, the ones who are helping to make these decisions, are competent to do so. Because wherever you're at on that political spectrum, you can look over on the other side and you can see people and very clearly recognize that those people should not be voting on issues that affect your life. And what you need to do is stop and look around at the spot where you're at and understand that those assholes are surrounding you too. You may feel like a competent and aware person. You may feel like you understand government. You may feel like you understand what's going on in the world to a deeper degree than the legacy media is ever going to put in your face. Are you willing to put it to the test? Are you willing to establish your privilege to vote? I am. I sure as fuck am. Change the rules right now. And, we can talk about what the rules could be. I mean, some really obvious stuff pops up in the face. Original voting rights were based on land ownership, which makes sense. One I'm not invested in, but a lot of people would say service in the military grants you the right to vote. That makes sense. You could say a college degree. That's definitely worth talking about. But we aren't even getting that far. How about a fucking high school diploma? Huh? How about somebody who can manage to finish fucking school before they can vote? And, I don't like the income tax. I recognize it as illegal and unconstitutional. And the government stealing my money to give it to fucking apartheid and fundamentalist nations that are producing our enemies. I don't like the income tax. But hey, if I'm sitting here paying it, should somebody who's not even paying fucking income tax, should they have a say in what's going on? Do they really care where that fucking money is being spent? No. And this is exactly how we've been brought to this place, folks. It is because the universal right to vote has watered down the intelligence of our electoral system to the point where these are the only results it can produce. And if you think shit's still running right, then you don't know about gerrymandering. You don't know about lobbying. You don't know about the Electoral College. You don't know about the Diebold machines in front of Congress saying they can be altered to produce any result they want. The absentee ballots, the fucking dead people voting. This is all enabled because voting has been turned into a right that people don't give a fuck about anyways. Most people don't even vote. And they would bitch at it being a right taken away from them. Fuck that. I'm sick of watching idiots fucking rule our nation from the top and from the fucking bottom. That's what's going on right now. Stupid people who have no fucking awareness. And it's not just the voters. It's these fucking politicians too. And if you don't believe me, grab one. Go find your fucking congressman and talk to him or her. And you will find out they are a fucking moron who has no idea what is going on in government. They just played a fucking popularity contest to see how many people in the fucking local tribe would vote for them. I'd like to think that anybody who's watching this video is above that kind of behavior. Right now, it's time to stop choosing the lesser evil. Right now, it's time to start making decisions for the greater good that are going to improve our nation and secure our future. And it's not going to start with fucking wrapping up Mexicans and building the wall or keeping fucking Islamic extremists out. It's going to start by having competent fucking people making decisions. That is how any endeavor is successful. We want to let our fucking village idiots keep voting? Then we're going to fucking keep getting them in our offices. And not for much longer, though. Don't worry about that. Because this fucking representative republic is almost gone. We don't even have the intellectual honesty to put sponsor stickers on these fucking congressmen from the corporations that are buying their fucking votes. Right now, we got to start talking about hard issues. We got to start really understanding that if we don't make some serious changes, that if we don't wake people up and make them think, then this fucking republic is over. It's gone. And that is the way. That is the fucking agenda. This is far too much freedom. The banking cartel that is establishing world government through central banking, they cannot let America exist with these freedoms and stand as an example to the rest of the world that prosperity and freedom can exist simultaneously. And that's why they're both being destroyed around us. So it's time to talk about this issue. Don't just watch this video. Don't just like it. Don't just share it. I mean, yeah, please do that. But talk about it. Ask the people around you what they think about making voting a privilege. Make this an issue. Because this is it. We're down to the wire, folks. It's going to take some real drastic steps to fix the damage that has been done in this nation to take our government back from the corporations and banking cartels that own it now. So please, I'd love to hear your comments on this issue. Please share the video. Let's see what other people have to say about it. While you're at it, please hit the like and the subscribe buttons. I'm really terrible about asking, but it's so important. So important. Please hit the like and the subscribe buttons. And as always, please check out nopartysystem.com, our social network dedicated entirely to politics, with no blocking or censorship, no ads or pop-ups, just a open platform for us to discuss these issues without fear of judgment or censorship. Thanks a bunch for listening, folks. Peace.